Hello, my name is Justin Villery, and I'm the Chief of Staff for Draw the Lines PA. Thank you very much for joining us for a demonstration of the DistrictBuilder mapping platform, the platform with which you can draw your own congressional districts for Pennsylvania. We're going to start on drawthelinespa.org, our website that contains a wealth of resources and information for you to learn about the redistricting and gerrymandering issue, and then participate and get involved and share your voice on how you believe Pennsylvanians should be represented. For purposes of this demonstration, we're going to go directly to draw a map. Now, before you draw a map, we want you to do several things. First, we want you to think, and this involves doing an exercise called Flashes of Insight, which will allow you to consider the competing values that go into drawing a successful legislative map. Number two, we want you to go through our DistrictBuilder user guide. The platform can be pretty complex, and the user guide includes a number of tips that will help save you a lot of time in the long run as you draw your map. Third, we want you to read the rules. Winners can receive up to $5,000 by successfully navigating the regional and statewide competition. Lastly, visit our user forum. There have been plenty of questions that have already been asked about DistrictBuilder, certain functionalities that someone might have trouble with, and feel free to go into that, read other questions and answers, or ask your own. Once you've done that, we can go begin drawing our map. So let's click on this red button and get started. This is the entry point for DistrictBuilder through Draw the Lines PA. If you haven't been here before, go to the Sign Up button to create a username and password with which you'll be able to enter DistrictBuilder later on if you don't finish your map in the first sitting, which most people won't. If you have created a username and password, this is the point to enter it. After you log in, you'll come to the Select page. First, select a layer that determines which type of map you'll draw for the Draw the Lines contest currently running. If you want to see a map you've drawn for a previous contest, select that layer and then go to the Shared folder to search for your old map. This is particularly useful for sharing your map with your legislator. For now, let's go to the Active Contest layer to start your new map. The template maps consist of a blank map with no district lines yet drawn, or a sample template that we have provided that starts you pretty far along in the process. You can also choose an old map that you've already begun under My Maps. For purposes of this demo, we are going to choose a blank map, and we recommend you do the same just so you can get a feel for the platform's functionality. Give it a name, and let's get started. So here's a blank map of Pennsylvania. We're looking at Pennsylvania's counties right now, outlined in green. The darker the color, the more populated the jurisdiction is. Let's think about DistrictBuilder as a set of two layers of maps. The layer we are looking at right now is of the jurisdictions that we're using to build our districts. Now, we aren't literally drawing our lines. Instead, we are selecting these jurisdictions and then assigning them to districts. There are two jurisdictions that we'll use for this: counties when zoomed out, and census tracts zoomed in. The green outline representing counties will stay consistent regardless of zoom level. Think of the selection map as the top layer of DistrictBuilder. The bottom layer are base maps that provide reference points to help you build your map. This includes maps of topography, road, and Pennsylvania's municipalities. And the way these layers interact is this transparency slider. If the slider is all the way to the left, we see just the jurisdictional boundaries we are selecting to create our districts. If the slider is all the way to the right, then we see just the reference base map. Again, topography, road, and municipalities, which we actually need to zoom in several levels to see because of the number of municipalities in the state. So a pro tip is to find the Goldilocks level that allows you to see the base maps while building your districts with the top layer. Now, let's go back and take a look at the primary tools in the map editing toolbar that we'll be using to build our map. The first is the pan button. To move north and south, east and west across the state, select this button and you can move around on your map. Second is the info button. Select this and then click on any jurisdiction to see key population numbers, demographic details, and voter registration details. The info button is available at both the county level and for census tracts. Now, to actually build our districts, we're going to use either the Polygon Select tool or the Single Select tool. Let's click on Polygon Select to use the tool. Click and hold your cursor over a jurisdiction and then drag to touch with your cursor any other jurisdiction that you want to include in your selection. We just selected these 3 counties here, as shown by the yellow outline. We're going to assign them to District 1. Then the statistics table will update automatically on the right side of the screen. Let's do the same thing with these next 3 counties. The stats table will again automatically update. Let's assign to a new district here, District 2. And there you go. That's the Polygon Select tool. The Single Select tool will allow us to select a single jurisdiction and put it into a district. We can either assign to a district, or this feature here, click and drag, will allow us to click, hold, and drag easily into a district. Both of these tools work on the county and census tract zoom level. As you can see, with every move we make, this table on the right side updates. The statistics table is broken into 2 sections. The top section is of statewide metrics, showing you the overall score for your 18 districts. Every district needs to fit within target population. In reality, PA needs each congressional district to have exactly the target population listed here. But because we are only zooming into census tract level, we are allowing a plus or minus 0.5% range to create a valid district by population. Each district needs to be contiguous as well. The other metrics here are informational, though if they are values that you wish to emphasize, you can monitor your moves here. Lastly, population equivalence is simply the difference between your largest district and your smallest district. So ideally, you want to get this as close to 0 as possible. The bottom part of the table shows individual district metrics. There are multiple tables that you can view for your individual district metrics, including basic data, which we've got here, the competitiveness table, which will show you if registered Democrats and Republicans are within 10% of each other, and demographics. Due to limited screen space, this table shows the 3 largest minority populations in PA as measured by the 2010 census. If you wish, you can create your own stats table to include any other data that you'd like to see using the Edit Statistics button. Briefly, to see how your map does with county splits, go to the District Tools button on the top of the screen and click Generate Splits Report, and it will show you which counties you have split. Let's take a look at what a map looks like when you've completed the state. Go back to Select and select a map that's already been done. As you can see, the map fills with color as you build out your districts. You can also see district by district details over here on the right side. To submit your map to the competition, go to the Submit button. You have to validate your map, meaning it has to clear 3 benchmarks. It has to have every district mapped, meaning you can't just draw a few districts. They each have to be within the required population range, and they all have to be contiguous. After the platform validates the map, you can then submit it to the competition. Your information you've already given will populate. Then you give your county, which will help us slot you into the correct regional competition. You will also select which division you are in. And then, for the competition, we're asking 2 things. You'll need to select up to 3 of the values that you chose to prioritize in your map. And then you'll enter in your personal statement, which is the justification for why you drew your map the way you did, how you implemented your values that you chose up here, and because this is a democratic exercise, who did you talk to help you figure out how to map Pennsylvania? The personal statement can either be written or an audio or video file. We encourage creativity. Read the competition rules here for more details. When you are done, you can submit your map to the competition. That concludes this demonstration of DistrictBuilder and our mapping platform. We did want to direct you back to the Participate page on drawthelinespa.org, where we invite you to contact us here at Draw the Lines with with any questions you might have or comments about the program. Until then, we wish you happy mapping. We're looking forward to seeing your map.